Welcome, race fans! Phoenix, Arizona. I'll tell you what, set for our 150 laps with this 1 mile behemoth out here in the desert. In the booth with me tonight, Rick the Law Dog Donathan. I'll tell you what, calling the action from Pit Road, Batman himself, Mike Keaton. I'll tell you what, Greg Smith in the house for Viper Technologies. Of course, this is the Viper Technologies nationwide series here, veteran sim racers. Hey, they're calling the shots here tonight. I'll tell you what, getting a little bit of a late start here, and they are lining up on the grid. And I'll tell you what, Rick, they're going. Let's go on down the line for them. Phil During, Phil During looks like on the pole here tonight. Ken Estes sitting on the outside in number 2 spot.
Absolutely, and we've got Matthew Largan at number 75 in third spot, and on the outside, Peter Bennett driving the number 69 machine.
Alex Scribner in the 48 machine on the inside. Outside him in 6th going to be Eric Matzenbacher, number 67.
Absolutely, in 7th place driving the number 47 machine, A.J. Browning, and on the outside of him in 8th spot, number 28, Don Klein.
James Barnes in 9th position on the inside. Outside him, James South in the number 9 machine.
And in 11th spot, number 82, Neil Fescus. And in 12th, with a number 72, Jeff Dukart.
55, Steve Rosner in 13th position. Inside, outside him, Michael Hallett in the 33 car.
And 15th, number 22, Jason Fuchs. Sorry about that. And in 16th spot, the number 15, Mark Johnston.
Ryan Newman in the 12 machine on the inside. Outside him, the 65, Sean Brown, Jason Inch, Luke Ouellette, Mike Costa, Timothy McFarland, Dave Miranda makes up your list here. I'll tell you what, we're coming out turn 4 here. Pace car is going to pull off the track, head down pit road here. As we get set to go green, we'll fill up the rest of the field here when we get going here. But set for 150 laps here tonight, guys. As the pace car is off, flag is out, we're green and racing at Phoenix, Arizona.
Absolutely, and tell you, we're going to see one heck of a race here today, JD. Got a lot of competition in the room here. Got a full field of cars tonight.
Absolutely. Tell you what, everybody pretty much getting in a single file line. A lot of racing here at Phoenix. Going to feel each other out here. 1 mile track, and it's we might as well call it a flat track. There's only about 11, 12 degrees banking here in the turns. But tell you what, out in front, it's Phil During holding down the fort. Ken Estes, Matthew Largan, Peter Bennett, Alex Scribner up here in the front holding down the top 5. But pretty much one by one in behind them as they get these ponies revved up here. So I tell you what. 150 laps in the books here in the desert tonight, guys, and I tell you, newcomer here tonight, welcome to the booth. Mike Keaton be calling the shots down on pit road. And Mike, were you able to get with any of the drivers here tonight before the race?
Yeah, that guy I started on the outside pole there, Ken Estes, boy, was he fast in practice, and he's got a good car for this race today. So be looking for him to stay out front for the most part. And I believe Brogan Lunt also has a good car, as we see a lot of good racing here tonight.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the rest of the field, E.J. O'Rourke in the house, Cecil Reen, Alan Thomas, Patrick Willman, Brogan Lott, Jeremy Bazemore. Jeremy Bazemore taking the trophy home from Daytona last week, guys. He's here tonight. Of course, Scott Huntsinger is here as well, guys. So I'll tell you what, still out in front here, Phil During. And here at Phoenix, guys, this is a track where you pretty much got to race the track here for a little bit. Have some patience where you're going around this thing, and it's difficult to pass here, Rick.
Yes, and JD, talked to a few of the drivers before the race, and got a chance to get up with them, and they got some mixed emotions. A little bit tricky track here, especially. I know that one particular driver was telling me that things will go pretty well as long as he hits his marks. So I think that's going to be the key here: is everybody hitting the mark going into 2 and going in and out of the corners and coming out of the corners as well. But you're also, JD, you're going to see a lot of people kind of being patient today and taking their time because they want that long run.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we've got Brian Barden that's sitting down here on pit road, guys. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Maybe we can cut to or have Mike look into that. But Brian Barden in the 16 car still sitting down here on pit road. Mike?
Yeah, trying to get word on what happened to Brian, but Barry Jacobs Jr., your third-place finisher last week at Daytona, sitting in the pits as well, 4 laps down now, 3 laps down, trying to find out exactly what happened to the engine there, but something's going on with the engine, it seems like.
All right, maybe we catch up with here in a little bit and find out what happened there. Back out here on the track, I'm riding back here in 5th position with Matthew Largan back here in the 75 machine. And tell you what, Matthew Largan, he's a part-time pit road reporter here on ETV Live as well, holding down the fort here in 5th. And tell you what, I know what this kid's up to. He's just kind of scoping it out and seeing what his car will do here in the early laps and get ready for that mad dash to the finish line here later on in the race. So I tell you, 8 laps in the books here already tonight. 150 of them on the books. Looks like the 69 car up here in front of them, guys. Made a real wide turner.
I didn't catch that there, JD, but you know, going back to what we were talking about a little earlier about Brian Bardner, he was one of the guys that I spoke to earlier in the race. I know that he said that he had missed qualifying and done a lot of testing today, and it'd be very interesting to see what's going through Brian's mind right now. I'm sure he is just pounding on that steering wheel, just wondering what in the world went wrong with his car.
Yeah, you bet. Unfortunate for him tonight. But I'm still riding with Peter Bennett here. He's in 4th position. He's taking the turns here awfully wide, coming out of turns 1 and 2 down here, heading down the back stretches. I think, believe the caution's out, guys.
Yeah, and you know, JD, that's something that we may see a lot of here today. I know that the field is quite full, and based on a lot of the guys that I spoke to, saw a lot of accidents during practice. So, we got anything on that yet?
Kind of scrolling around here looking for it. It must have happened real quick here, guys. So I'm not pulling anything up on the monitor.
Well, until they find out what's going on there, it looks like we got Kenny States that just entered into pit road along with A.J. Browning, Alex Scribner. Quite a few of them have went into the pits, but I believe John has got something for us now. John?
Let's cue this up, and it looks like it's going to be Jeremy Bazemore. He's going to come into the corner here, and he's just going to lose it. I'm not sure if there's contact or not. Kind of caught it a lot higher than the rest of you guys. He gets on the high side, guys, in that second groove there. Just gets a little loose, kind of backs her into the outside wall on the driver's side of the door. Don't look like there's a whole lot of damage there, guys.
Well, and JD, I tell you, I talked to a few of the drivers and didn't get a chance to talk to Jeremy Bazemore this evening. I know he's a little under the weather, so he's battling 2 things today. 1, that car, and 2, I know he's under the weather. So look for him to. He's going to probably have a tough time here today.
You bet. I'll tell you what. You know, it's just like working up here in the booth. If you're not on your game, it comes out a little bit differently, but let's hope that Bazemore can get it together here and get back out there. And of course, you know, like you said, he went home with the big one here last week at Daytona. What a race that was! And good finish for Bazemore. Brian Barden as well. Brian Barden finished in 2nd place, having his difficulties here at Phoenix tonight. But I'll tell you what, why don't we step away and take our first commercial break of the night? You're watching a live ETV Live. Hey. It's the only choice, cowboy, so don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Dig. Hard as you can go all the way to the wall. Dig. Back to speed. Tires looked awesome too, bud. And there at the end, you were mowing down those guys pretty quick.
All right, guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
flag, green flag.
All right, we are back live Phoenix, Arizona, out here in the desert, guys, working off of our first caution, and Bazemore bringing that one up. But green flag is out. Phil Juring still up in front. A.J. Browning working himself forward. Jason Inch, Ken Estes, Alex Scribner making up your top 5. And I know who A.J. Browning's spotter is tonight. I'll tell you what, we're going to try to get in touch with him. He's also doubling his crew chief for him tonight too. So I'll tell you what, we'll try to get in touch with him here in just a little bit, guys. But Bill Juring, Browning, Inch, and Estes up here in front. Alex Scribner, I tell you what, just keeping an eye on things back here, sitting in 4th position now. But guys, you know, checking over here in the chat room, I want to say good evening, Derek. Pucking along for the ride, Dakota, Craig White. I knew I'd get to you boys here sooner or later. Of course, Gustavo Betchold is in the house as well. James Smith, Jay Bunn. I tell you what, good evening to you, sir. Larry Mulligan, hell, they're all here. Tony Bowling, every one of them. Tony Bowling, I believe he won a race here, and $100, dude. But I tell you what, we're going to do something special here tonight. It'll start here in about 4 more laps. We're going to start that trivia question for you here tonight. We got four pretty good ones here. And I'll tell you, all sponsored by Viper Technologies, makers of the Viper 600 SR game seat. If you haven't checked it out yet, dude, you need to do it now. And that's going to be over at vipersr.com. So we'll be looking forward to that here tonight. But I tell you what, 17 of them in the book so far, guys, and Juring still leading the pack.
That's right, JD. And I tell you, I'm back here watching Eric Motzenbacher and Jason Inch and Jeff Dukart, and they are duking it out back here for position early in the game. Real good racing we got going on here. Action side by side. Guys, I tell you, VSR, these veteran sim racers, folks, got to get over and check out their new website. Website's awesome. So whoever done that done an awesome job on it. Get over and check these guys out, and you'll see some awesome racing here with these guys.
But I'll tell you what, got some action up in front here. Alex Scribner looking to take position for that 47 machine up here. A.J. Browning. A.J. Browning up on the outside as they come side by side here, coming off turn 4, guys. Heading down the front stretch. Looks like Browning may have the better of it down here, but up on the outside rather. But the 48 machine working that bottom line down there, gets position. A.J. Browning have to back out of the throttle here and give it up, boys. Tell you what, nice job, both of these cars, side by side racing down the front stretch for all the fans to see.
Tell you, I was back here watching the backside on this end over here for you there, JD, and watching James South. Looks like he's having a little trouble back here in the back, riding that outside line, scraping the wall. And tell you, it's got E.J. O'Rourke on his back bumper, and he's about to make position on him now. So got a good battle going on back here toward the back as well.
All right, and I'll tell you what, we told them we'd bring it out lap 20. I'll tell you, here's the trivia questions. We're going to start them now. What show, this one's for Jerry Wolf, okay, my buddy Jerry Wolf. What show was the first toilet ever seen on television? And I'll tell you, we'll get Jason to throw the link up there. If you know the answer, get on in there and make your choice. And I'll tell you what, we'll be giving away a $25 gift card from Viper Technologies of your choice here tonight. So I'll tell you what, question number 1's out there. What show was the first toilet ever seen on television? And we'll see what we come up with, guys.
Tell you what, JD, looking back up there toward the front, looks like Alex Scribner is closing in and about to take the lead away from Phil. And looks like Phil's got some car problems. He's either got some car problems or maybe just let him go on by. But Alex Scribner just made it look very easy out there on the track.
And Ken Estes, I'm making it look pretty easy because he's been working the bumper over on that 47 machine here. 47 A.J. Browning slipping backwards here a little bit. And we'll talk to his spotter and crew chief here in just a little while, guys. And that's going to be the outlaw Jesse James up there on the tower, keeping an eye out over A.J. Browning. Of course, he might be taking him backwards here just a little bit, kind of feel the field out here and get AJ kind of rested up and in here so he can make a run for the finish line here. But AJ Browning in the house and Outlaw Jesse James calling the shots for that 47 car tonight, guys. But I'll tell you what, Ken Estes up here looking to put the distance, close the distance on Peter Bennett, who's up here in third.
I tell you what, JD, the number 67 machine, Eric Motzenbacher, he is on a roll. He's got the theory of passing one car at a time, one lap at a time, making some good timing and really doing some good driving out there. But you know, a little earlier, like I was saying, I talked to some of these drivers, and the key to the race here is having a setup that's going to last the longest. You know, a lot of guys said that tire wear is going to be heavy at this track, and a lot of them have really been working and testing on their setups to make sure those tires, they get every bit of mile out of them tires that they possibly can.
You got that right, and still keeping an eye on the action up here in front. And I tell you, these guys are laying them down pretty good here up here in front. Phil Juring still running up here in second position, but I think they just went around. I think that was a 16 car, if I'm not mistaken, looking like he was way off the pace, guys. That's going to be Brian Barton, 8 laps down, and see if we can't go back down to Mike down there on pit road and see if we can't get any more information on the 16 car, Brian Barton.
Yeah, what happened, JD? Lap 2, looked like Brian got a little loose coming off of turn 2 and got down in the grass a little bit, got the tires a little cold, come up the track, and Barry Jacobs, the third place finisher from last week, just had nowhere to go and tried to dodge him, hit the outside wall, and damaged the car real bad. So both of those guys, tough luck. And also Jeremy Bazemore, tough luck. You know, he won last week at Daytona. Here he is sitting at 1 lap down, but not out of it.
All right, then I'll tell you what, thanks for the good report coming out of pit road there. And I'll tell you, in the meantime, up here, guys, is Brian Barton lets a bunch of them go by. That's probably the smart thing to do. He's got some damage on that car, so you know, get out there and feel that car out a little bit, get some laps under your belt, see what it's going to do out here. But let's go on up here to Jeff Ducard up here, 6th position, guys, in that 72 car. He's got the 11 on the outside of him, coming down the front stretch. I'll tell you what, coming off turn 4 there, guys, that wall comes up really quick. And I would assume a lot of these guys are probably going to go away with a little bit of paint rubbed off that right side, Rick.
Absolutely, JD. And I tell you, these corners out here at Phoenix are very tight corners. It's a long, especially when you're going into that, I guess you would call it turn 3 and turn 4. It's a real long corner that you have to do. And what I've noticed so far, some of these guys are actually hitting that corner a little too fast. You can see the car shift, and the car immediately starts pushing out to the right. So it's kind of hard to get that car set up the way it needs to be set up coming off the corner down the front straightaway.
Absolutely. As we watched the action here, 30 laps in the books here at Phoenix International Raceway, guys, and I'll tell you what, pretty decent weather out here too. I got this old suntan going here. Of course, I've got the my Chage Lounge out here in back of the booth next to the trailer back there, and having a good old time here for a few days before all you folks got here. But I tell you what, we're all right. Well, it sounds like we got some more action down there, Mike.
Yeah, 35, I believe, got a little out of hand. As he actually ended up saving it, but it looks like the 9 car, James South, is what brought the caution out.
All right, caution number 2 here at Phoenix. I tell you what, good eyes there down on pit road to catch that action. So we'll see if we can't roll it backwards here a little bit and find out what happened. And of course, James South involved as well, guys. I don't know this and. Looks like John's got some more on it for us.
Now let's see what happened to old James South here, one of our buddies from another great league that we broadcast at. He's going to come through the corner here in that old Batman machine. I thought there was only one Batman machine out there, but I guess we got 2 in iRacing. Now he slams the inside wall, guys. Going to spit her through the grass here. He's going to take a pretty good lick on this one, guys.
John, you was talking about having one Batman. I know we've got our Batman here in the booth with us, so that's got to be Robin driving his car out there.
Well, how you feel about that, Michael Keaton? There's two Batmobiles now.
Well, as long as he can get that car back in pit road and get some repairs to it, we'll be all right.
All right.
James South in that 9 machine doesn't look like, well, of course my camera angles aren't the best here, but looks like he's got quite a bit of damage on the left rear of that car, but he'll get it down pit road and get that thing fixed up. So I'll tell you what, caution number 2 coming out here at Phoenix, guys. There'll be some of them coming down pit road coming at you, Mike.
Yeah, the pit road quite busy right now as the first caution flag or second caution flag waves, where everyone comes in to get those 4 brand new Goodyear tires that everyone desperately needs on about 35 to 40 laps. That car will start developing a push, and at Phoenix, that's one of the hardest things to defend, is that push. So everybody should be cycled out of pit lane here. There's still a couple guys coming in and getting some last-second repairs. But so far, pit road, pretty busy.
All right, second caution of the night here at Phoenix, out here in the desert. I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and step away. We'll take a quick commercial break, bring you back live, ETV Live, Phoenix International Raceway with the Viper Technologies Nationwide Series. Don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. And we're back and green. I'll tell you what, the 25 car, Bill During out there in front with Alex Scribner, Eric Motzenbacher, and it looks like the 26 machine out here is side by side with Eric Motzenbacher trying to get the position, and he does. I'll tell you what, goes way up high into the wall, has to get off the throttle on those binders, and that's going to put the 67 car right back out in front of him, guys.
Absolutely, and it looks like we've got the Peter Bennett. I was looking over here in the chat room, JD, and somebody said, keep your eye on that 69 car. And just taking a look, and Peter's making his way up to the front, putting some good moves out there on some folks with some excellent driving skills, it looks like. And he's moving toward the front, so some good driving there for Peter Bennett.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, right here, side by side, Jeff Ducart here, back here in 6 and 7 72 car, up here on the outside. Jeff Ducart, and looks like he's going to give that position up, guys. But I'll tell you what, in fact, there's another one going by in the 11 machine. That's going to be Ken Estes going past Jeff Ducart here. So what Ducart getting off the throttle just a little bit, probably conserving a little bit of. Oh, we got some. Go ahead and pick it up, Mike. Looks like we got some more problems out here on the track. Caution out again.
Yeah, it looked like the 65 got into the back of A.J. Brown in that Ohio State car right there in turn 3, looks like, and they just piled up in behind. A lot of cars involved,
All right, pull it back on my monitor here and take a look at it here, and looks like John's got it up on the E-Wine machine.
Yeah, guys, this looks like it's the big one at Phoenix International Speedway. These cars really pile up in this corner here. The 65 car, it looked like AJ might have made a little contact with the wall. I'm not sure, guys. I'm going to back this up just a little bit here. It looks like AJ might have gotten the wall here, and that slowed him up and got Sean Brown in that 65 machine. Just couldn't get on the binders fast enough. Gave him a little love tap here. And then Sean Brown's going to take a massive lick. He's up on 2 wheels, guys. Slams the outside wall. And there's 47 cars spinning there, too. Then just a bunch of cars just come piling in. Oh, wow, we got one rolling here. The 66 machine, he's on his lid. There's another car on the outside wall on his lid, guys. What a mess.
Wow, I'll tell you what, there's some carnage out there in the desert tonight here in Phoenix, boys. I'll tell you, I'm taking a look at it as well again here. And Sean Brown, you're right, John, the back end of his machine just comes clear off the ground, dude. I'll tell you what, there's an E-ticket ride if I've seen any. But that looks like the big one here at Phoenix Speedway. So, Mike, a bunch of them coming your way with a ton of damage.
Yeah, the hammers are going away at several of these cars that were involved in that wreck. And once again, you'll see some guys here taking advantage of that yellow there and coming in for another 4 fresh tires. Back to you, JD.
All right, tell you what, they get it all fixed up. Hammers come out, ball peen hammers and whatnot, 4 tires and gas, and get on back out on the track. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take another break right here, right now. You're watching live the Viper Technologies Nationwide Series in Phoenix. Don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live out here in the middle of the desert. Tell you what, Phoenix, Arizona, and just working off caution number 3 here is John, the bad boy Wesson, pushing the cameras down there, calls it the big one. But, you know, I think I probably forgot to introduce the rest of the house here tonight. Of course, you all know him as the legend, as Jesse the Outlaw James calls him here on Thursday and Sunday nights. But John, the bad boy Wesson, pushing the buttons on the cameras as always. Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf along for the ride tonight. Tell you what, Jerry working the remotes here like he does, and I'll tell you what, ain't no better hand on that on the remotes here than Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf. So I'll tell you what a crew we've got assembled here at ETV Live, and I'll tell you the pace car is going to make that tight right turn down to the left here. We're going to go back to green racing. Phil During, guys, still hanging out here in front. The green flag is out, and we are back at it here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Absolutely, and JD, what a start that Phil got on that takeoff there. And along behind him, Peter Bennett moving up. I believe he's battling right now for that 2nd place position, but Phil got a heck of a start on that restart there.
You've got moving it back here in about the 8th position. Scott Hunsinger back here in that Oreo Ritz number 34 car back here in 8th position. As he's trying to get to position on the 28 machine up on the outside, coming into the turn here and coming down the backstretch. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. 28 powers through that turn on down the backstretch here. So tell you what, 34 car's got to back out here just a little bit on into turn 4 here at Phoenix. Turn 4 is the one that you really have to worry about, guys. And I'll tell you, when I used to race here, that was always my nemesis. Coming out of that turn, you want to power up, and you really have to wait on the throttle guys, and because if you don't, that outside wall comes up and nips you right in the bud. But I tell you what, it looks like the 34 car here making it look pretty good here as he's trying to get to position on Don Klein up here in that 28, but just can't get the job done.
Tell you what, JD, and back to that turn 4 wall you was talking about, again, we've already seen a couple of these guys out here smack that wall coming out of that corner. And like it was earlier, hitting their mark going in and hitting the mark coming out. That's the key of the game today. And as long as you can hit those marks, you're going to end up on that leaderboard up there as in the top spot.
Got that right. Tell you what, we're trying to get to Jesse James here. He's the crew chief spotter for AJ Browning here tonight, and find out see if we can't get some more information on AJ here. But AJ Browning, of course, tangling up with the 65 car on that last caution, guys. AJ Browning now a couple of laps down here at Phoenix with that damaged car, but we'll see if we can't get outlaw Jesse James on the horn here with us and see what's up with that 47 machine. But I tell you, in the meantime, in the pit still is Patrick Willman, Mike. If you can keep an eye on that situation down there, it looks like his car is just absolutely tore up as the ball peen hammers are still going to work on that machine, along with Luke Ouellette and a couple others. So I tell you what, the carnage is piling up here in the desert. Here is Matthew Largan, making contact with the 55 machine. Steve Rosner here in 6th position. Matthew sitting back there in 7th position. I tell you what, nowhere to go, because he's got a threesome up there in front of him. And looks like the 11 machine and Jeff Ducard here battling it out. 11 trying to get past that 72 car up here, but just can't do it. But Matthew Largan looking for a way around all that too, guys.
Tell you, I was watching that right there, JD, right when you said that. I'm not sure if he made contact or not. No, he was hard on the brakes, but a heck of a battle right there between your 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place guys there. Really hardcore racing side by side, bumper to bumper. But we'll take a look back here again back at Matthew. He looks like he's lost a little bit of on his. It looks like we got a caution that's came out. Keaton, we got any more on that?
Yeah, it looked like the 29 got a little loose. Jeff there just trying to tuck in the back bumper of Jason there, coming out trying to get just any kind of run he could, and ended up pushing just the throttle just a little too hard, spun it out, no contact made. Caution did fly though.
Hey guys, sitting here turning the buttons on my radio, but I tell you what, I see the caution flags out one more time here. I'm going to come back to Outlaw here just a little bit later on. Let's work through this caution first, and see if we can't. Go ahead, John. You said you got it down there.
Yeah, JD, it looks like that 29 Monster Energy drink. He just got loose coming out of the corner there. He's down on the bottom. It looked like he had a good entry, everything. It looked like it just, the back end of the car just stepped out on him just ever so slightly, and he's going to loop it around here.
All right, and that's going to be caution number 4 coming out here in the desert, guys. And I was turning the buttons on my radio trying to get hold of Jesse James, the Outlaw, working crew chief and then spotting for the AJ Browning, but had to step away there just a minute. But caution number 4 here, guys, in the desert. And Mike, anything going on there at pit road?
Yeah, I got touch base with the 66 crew. That was the car that had flipped earlier on lap 38 in that big caution with AJ Browning. So he's still down there. He's still trying to get a lot of work done. I'm surprised that they haven't pulled that machine into the garage. But back to you, JD. So.
All right, and I'll tell you what, we're still working on that trivia question too, and we'll close the door here at about lap 60 or so. So we've got about gotta have about 10 more laps or so to go here in just a bit. But I'll tell you what, working caution number 4 here in the desert. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a commercial break right here, right now. When we come back, I've got more people lining up here in the chat room, so we'll get to you. You're watching live, ETV Live. We're out in the desert, Phoenix International Speedway, the Nationwide Series. We'll be right back.
dig, dig. Hard as you can go all the way to the wall, dig, dig, dig. Back to speed. Tires looked awesome too, bud. And then there at the end, you were mowing down those guys pretty quick.
All right, guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
You've been doing an awesome job. Get us one tonight.
Main car's pulled up. Flag, green flag.
And we are back live and green here in the desert, Arizona. I tell you what, Phoenix Raceway, E.J. O'Rourke to the front. Ken Estes, Peter Bannettfield during your top four up here. Jeff Dukart working his way forward to make that fifth position. But I tell you what, it's a twosome up here as he's got the 72 up on the outside, the 48 machine. Alex Scribner down there on the bottom. Scribner up there duking it out with During for the most part in the first part of the race here, guys. But I tell you what, coming off caution number 4 here in the desert, I tell you what, they're getting sick and tired of that as they try to muscle their way, into the wall. 69 car into the wall hard, guys, but keeps right on trucking. 48 machine, Alex Scribner having to get out of the gas, and the caution is out for the 5th time here, guys.
I tell you, JD, that those walls will stick out and grab a hold of you around here if you're not careful, and that's definitely something we came in here at Phoenix knowing that hitting those base marks is what's going to get you around this track pretty quick.
You bet. I'm pulling it back here and trying to find out who it is. I'm hearing it's a 26 car who might have brought that one out, guys. I'm rolling it backwards here trying to pick it up. But in the meantime, we'll keep moving the monitors around here and keep scrolling through here. And sounds like John might have it up on the E-Wine machine. John?
Yeah, let's see what happened here, guys. It wasn't but just a couple laps ago. These drivers are starting to get a little impatient, having a few handling issues on this Phoenix International Speedway, guys. And I believe that you're going to see another solo spin here. So he's going to come into the corner. I believe he's just going to lose this all on his own, JD. He comes in the corner, and it looks like, JD, it almost looks like he really closed fast on the car in front of him. It looked like he might have tapped his brakes right in the middle of the corner. We got his brake by set just a little too tough here to do that. In that 9 Batman, let's call it Batman 2 in the 9 machine of James South, barely misses him on the outside, guys.
Ooh. Wow. I'm watching it with the slow-mo cam I've got on my monitor here, guys. You're absolutely right. I tell you what, Batman just barely sliding through there. But you're right, John. Looks like 26 machine just getting on the binders here just a little bit too much, and throwing that back end around for a loop. And I'll tell you, that's the name of the game going into turn 1 down here. You really got it. You got quite a run coming down the front stretch, Rick, and you got to jump off the gas, get on them binders before you get there, and just let that car roll through before you get back up on the throttle. And I'll tell you what, that's the place where we usually see the cautions come out, right down there in turn 1, and then of course coming off hitting the wall off of turn 4. So caution number 5 out here in the desert, guys.
That's right, JD, and like you say, going into turn 1 right there, these guys are on the gas, full throttle, going down that straightaway, and like you say, if they don't get on that gas in time enough, that car is going to go all the way around with them. But the thing is, if they get on the brake too hard, that car is going to come around with them. So I know that turn 1 is a very tricky turn, probably one of the most trickiest turns here at Phoenix.
You bet. And All right, and I'll tell you what, instead of going to commercial, we got some plugs that we need to make right here on the air. And, of course, we'll get to the trivia question here in just a couple of laps. We're going to slam that door shut and get ready for the next one. Viper Technologies, I tell you what, sponsoring the nationwide series here at ETV Live and Veteran Sim Racers. I tell you what, no better outfit. And, talking about giving away those game seats, we may be up to something here tonight. Not quite sure yet, but tell you what, working the trivia questions. And if you haven't seen that game seat, check it out, vipersr.com. Lightweight aluminum, aircraft aluminum, and I tell you, the way it's configured and everything, got one of them rumble bumper thumper seats in it that'll knock your socks off, cowboy. And so check those things out over there at vipersr.com and get you one tonight. And I tell you what, if you order one tonight, I'm going to save you about $50 in shipping. All you got to do is put ETV up there in the special little code thing up there on that order page, and I tell you, I'll save you about $50. And that's our treat from vipersr.com tonight. So I tell you, save yourself some money. Get over there and order one tonight. I don't know how many of those special deals I got left here as I try to sneak them out here, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk Greg and Jason out anymore or not. But get over there and pick one up tonight. $289, dude. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good deal.
I tell you what, JD, just the vibration alone on that thing is worth that money.
You bet. I tell you what, as Jerry the Corn Dog Wolf calls him, the vacuum cleaner. E.J. O'Rourke out here in the front. Ken Estes, Peter Bennett, Phil Juring, Alex Scribner. Scribner and Juring hanging out in the top 5 here pretty much all night, guys. We'll see what that 41 machine. E.J. O'Rourke, as Rick calls him, Oric the vacuum cleaner. See if he can't keep that number 41 Point.com machine out here in front, Rick.
Hey, I'm working on that now, JD. These guys have been giving me a hard time up here, and I'm trying to make sure I get these names right on the key. But I believe we got on the start there, E.J. O'Rourke, and it looked like the number 11 Ken Estes. Both got a good start on that green, and when they went into turn 1 there, I think they both kind of hit the turn a little too hard. One started pushing, and one bout got a little sideways there, JD. So that was a good start for both of them there, and hats off to both of them for hanging on to it.
Wow, I tell you what, I had to step all the way back here. Jeremy Bazemore in the 92 machine got his lap back on the lead lap here, but I tell you what, just about a half a lap ago, coming off of turn 4, man, he had the back end of that thing swung around. I thought it was going to almost step right on out from him, but he was able to hang on to it. But getting his lap back, he's about 16 seconds off the lead. Jeremy Bazemore, I tell you what, he took the big one home at Daytona last week. But I understand that we might have contact with Jesse, the Outlaw James, on the radio, crew chiefing for A.J. Browning out there. Outlaw, you got us up here in the booth.
10-4 Cowboy, yeah, the work is done here. We ended a little bit earlier than we anticipated. I'm actually working both the 25 and the 47 tonight. Captain Phil Juring just took the lead, so we got one bullet left in the gun. But, yeah, unfortunately for A.J. Browning, man, he got big leagued a little bit there by downtown Sean Brown, and we're going to try and salvage what we could get there. Still had some damage left to fix, but unfortunately the engine just cut loose, and we're going to have to pack her up on a truck and come back next week for Viva Las Vegas, baby. So we'll be coming back next week.
Got an accident.
Viva Las Vegas. All right, hey, sit tight there, Outlaw. We got something else happening out here on track. Rick, go ahead, man.
JD, we got the Matthew Largan and the number 72 machine just got a little sideways. Don't know if the caution has came out yet or not, but both of them sideways in there in turn 1, and both of them lost it, but no contact, back out on the track, and they're going back at it.
All right, I'll tell you what, the old eagle-eye law dog Rick Donathan calling the shots there, but back to Outlaw Jesse James. I'll tell you what, you're going to make one more trip out here to Phoenix, my friend. I believe that action starts here on Thursday night with Thursday Night Thunder.
Yeah, both Thursday Night Thunder and Saturday Night Road to Pro, I believe, are both going to be running Phoenix tonight. So, yeah, you was talking about getting suntan earlier. Man, I'm Irish, so I just get red and then I peel. So I'll be a lizard come Thursday night. But, yeah, man, it should be great. Been some pretty intense racing action out here tonight. I'm enjoying it. I've been listening to you guys. It's kind of been neat. I've been listening to you guys call the action while I've been kind of trying to talk these guys through their race. So still out here, like I said, I'm still watching the captain out here leading this show right here, Phil Juring. And like I said, we got one bullet left in the gun. We're going to see if we can fire true on this one.
The outlaw Jesse James. I'll tell you what, always good to have you down here in the booth. We're going to go ahead and cut you loose. I know you got a lot of work to do, but hey, thanks for joining us here, my friend. And we'll see you on Thursday night.
My pleasure, man. You guys doing a great job joining the show, man. Have a good time tonight, fellas.
You bet. Outlaw Jesse James. I'll tell you what, it's fun to work with him here on Thursday nights on ETV Live, calling the action for Thursday Night Thunder and the Road to the Pro on Sunday nights. You can catch the action live here on ETV Thursday nights at 9 o'clock or at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern. You don't want to miss that action. Phil Juring still holding down the fort out there in front with Estes, Bennett, Scribner, and Old Rourke slipping back to 5th place, guys. Has everything pretty much settled down out there, Rick?
Well, you know, JD, I was watching the number 15 machine, Mark Johnson, and the number 67, Eric Motzenbacher. Looks like Mark got a little bit off pace there, driving the Cadillac machine there, and Eric Motzenbacher gained a position on him, but had a good battle there for the last couple of laps. But good, clean racing we're seeing here today. Actually surprised these guys are being pretty patient, taking one lap at a time, and just seeing some outstanding racing here today, JD.
You bet. I want to turn my attention over here to the chat room. I know we slammed the door shut on question number 1. Hey, it's time for question number 2, and here it is. We'll get Jason to put the link up out there. Which 2 drivers had the closest finish in a cup race? And I'll tell you what, do your homework out there. Heat that Google up, and see if you can come up with the answer to that one. Which 2 drivers had the closest finish in a cup race? And I'll tell you what, we'll keep that door open until about, lap 100 or so, guys. So get your Google warmed up, get out there and get that answer, make your pick. I'll tell you what, you might be going home with a $25 gift card from Viper Technologies here tonight. I'll tell you what, fan challenge always here on Tuesday nights. And I'm looking over here in the chat room, guys. Wendell, he's fast becoming one of the ETV Live fan out here, along with Tony Bowling in the house, Scott Power, and Rob Childress in the house, Pat Mann, Mike 95. Hey, I know who that is, a Mechanical Arm. How you doing there? Danny Gabaldon in the house tonight with his buddy Larry Mulligan, Larry Scott. I'm reading up the list here. But there's a whole ton of them in here. Would you guys, let's put it to you guys, all right? All you guys in the chat room. And if you're listening to it on the broadcast live and you're not in the chat room, if you want to participate in this little gig I'm ready to put out to these guys, you need to be in the chat room. But let's ask these guys out in the chat room. Should we give another chair away tonight? I'll let them think on that for a little bit, Rick. And in the meantime, back out here on the track, it's pretty much status quo for now.
Absolutely. And, you know, JD, can I answer that question that you gave out a few minutes ago? Because I'm dying to win one of those chairs.
No.
First of all, it's not a chair. It's the race simulator. It's a race simulator, so I need to make sure, because Jason, I tell you what, he took me out back the last time, and he had a word of prayer with me about that, and it's not a chair, folks. This is a simulator.
Simulation chair, game seat. Game seat, I think, is what we need to call it.
That's right.
But I tell you what, that thing's got one of them thumper, bumping rumble seats in it that I've yet to try out. But I tell you what, check it out over there, vipersr.com. Get a look at it, dude. As E.J. O'Rourke claims a piece of the wall coming off of turn 2, heading into turn 4 down the backstretch here. E.J. O'Rourke giving up a couple of positions all the way back to 5, guys. But E.J. Still in the runnings here in the top 5. A little action out in front of him as Ken Estes and Peter Bennett were going after it here. Bennett in that number 69 car. He's moving himself up into 3rd position. But I'm putting it out to the guys out there in the chat room. Oh, as Peter Bennett gets clear out of shape, spins around, get contact. Looks like he had contact by, I want to say that was, well, now I've lost it. I'll tell you what, that went by pretty quick, but looks like Bennett going around there. It's going to be in that 69 machine, guys.
Tell you what, JD, not sure what the action is there. I've just got a private message here just a few minutes ago on Brian Barden, the number 16, and he did let me know that the motor is blowed up in that number 16 machine.
Yeah, guys, it looks like he's going to come off that corner there, hit the safer barrier, get out of shape, and then it looked like he might have got spun after that by the Steak and Shake machine. I'm not quite sure. I hate to put blame on guys. I hear it on our chat room, our forum all the time. Hey, man, I didn't cause that. I didn't call that. Well, you know. But anyway, from this view, it looked like he might have got a little love tap.
Love tap. And I'll tell you what, that was if that's a love tap, keep me out of one of them things. But all right, as we get approach the halfway point here, but I'll tell you what, that's going to be caution number 6 out here in the desert, and action happening down around pit road, guys.
Yep, Phil leads them down pit road as they approach their appropriate pick boxes here. We're going to see if Alex can beat him out. Probably see everybody taking 4 tires full fuel as the right sides of those machines go up all down pit road here. Then the left side, you'll see them go up. Let's see the race off pit road here. The 11 and 25 is going to be close. 25 does get him off, and the 48 and 55 and the 11 of Ken Estes comes out as follows.
You bet. I'll tell you what, put your boots on the right feet, son. That's going to be 4 shoes and a bucket of oats for each one of them out here as they get back out on the track. But I'll tell you what, we're caution number 6. Why don't we step away? We'll take a quick commercial break right here, right now. You're watching live ETV Live. Hey, it's the only game in town as far as we're concerned, so don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
All right, I'll tell you what, working caution number 6 out here in the desert, guys, as we get set to go back green flag racing. Lights are off on the pace car. Dave Miranda, move him up to the front. Phil Juring still hanging out here with Alex Scribner. Steve Rosner lurking around in 4th position. Ken Estes, he'll restart in 5th. E.J. O'Rourke, as Rick likes to call him. Pace car pulling off down to the left. And I'll tell you what, bad boy, warm them fingers up, my friend, and get the magic working. Let's crank it up for our folks out there. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll try that one again. This is going to be caution number 7, guys, as we kind of scroll around here and let's see if we can't figure out who brought that one out. I got a funny feeling it's probably going to be back here in the back. I'm looking at the 31 car, Jason Inch, way out of shape here off his back. I don't know if it was him or not, but kind of taking his time getting up there. I'll roll it back here quite a ways and see if we can't figure out what happened on this restart. It's going to be close to it. Now, looks like Jason Inch is coming out of the pit, so I'll tell you what, we'll keep on looking here, guys.
I got it.
Not sure what it was, but Rick, were you able to find it?
Yeah, it looks like on the start off there, the number 29 machine, Jeff Marinetti, collided into the rear end of that number 69 machine, Peter Bennett, on takeoff. Don't know if Peter got a missed a shift in the gear or what, but collision right in the rear end there, picked this whole car up.
All right, and I think the bad boy's got it pulled up on the old E-Wine machine down there.
Let's see if we can pull this back right before the restart, guys. See what happened. I seen it pile up about 4, 5, 6 cars here right at the start-finish line, it appeared to be. Getting ready to take the restart here, and that's exactly right. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but that was a major collision. 35 car, it looks like the 24 car, the 28 car, 69. 4 or 5 cars there sitting right at the start-finish line with the flagman with a big grin on his face, guys.
I'll tell you what, I know exactly what happened. I've done that a couple of times before, too. You're looking down at your seat, trying to do something with that hamburger wrapper, and somebody hollers green, you step on the gas, and wham! There you go.
I tell you what, JD has a way of words. I'm gonna tell you. I was just sitting there thinking the same thing that day that I was riding down the road, and I was text messaging on the phone, and daggone if I didn't run into somebody watching my text messages. So, JD, I can relate to what you're talking about there.
All right, hey, you know what? We're gonna go for a commercial. Nah, that ain't what I said. We're gonna forego a commercial, and we got Landon Harrison in the house, guys. I'll tell you what, Viper Technologies is sponsoring the number 89 car, Landon Harrison. And Landon, we apologize for not able to get the footage up here tonight, and did not have enough time in the pre-race. But tell you what, we got you in the booth here now. Welcome aboard. And, you know, you had a pretty good run going there at Daytona, but can you kind of break it down for a little bit and tell us about your race?
Yeah, well, you know, typical Daytona, you always got to watch over the big wrecks, and that's what we were doing. I was just riding in the back, you know, staying with the leaders or staying with the lead pack and just waiting to make my move there at the end. And there was a big wreck in entering turn 3 down the backstretch, and well, we went through the grass and, you know, almost got through it, but somebody else in the grass came up and hit us and forced us in the wall head on in turn 3, and that pretty much ended our day. But thanks to other people crashing out in the last lap, we were able to get back to 24th, I think. So it looked pretty bad there before the last restart, but we walked out with a solid top 25, so it wasn't too bad.
You know what? It's always a good day when you can cross the start-finish line and take one of them checkered flags home, you know, with you at the end of the day. But you know, I watched some of that footage, Landon, and I saw that wreck. I saw the actually both of them, but that second one, the one towards the end, you had actually worked yourself up into the top 5, and looked like you might have had the car that you know could have contended for the win up there.
Yeah, it's the Drivers' World Championship is just. There's so much immense talent in that series. You know, it's all the best oval drivers, and yeah, I'd like to say we had a good car, but I think everybody in that series has a good car. And if you looked at the qualifying times, we were, I think the pole sitter was about 700 or 800 quicker than the guy that went home. So yeah, I'd like to say we had a good car. We were near the front there. During pit strategy, and I was able to get some TV time. Hopefully, I don't know when they're going to put the broadcast up. Hopefully sometime soon. I guess they're still working on it, but yeah, we tried to get the lead there. Stayed out during pit strategy, and just unfortunately got caught up in the wrong place there at the end. But I'll just move on and go to Phoenix, and hopefully miss the big wrecks there and get a better finish.
All right. I'll tell you what. Good luck at Phoenix, and I'll tell you, you're watching it here now, so you probably got the pad of paper and pencil out, taking some notes on these guys here tonight. But I'll tell you what, Landon, thanks for joining us up here in the booth as we take the green flag one more time here at Phoenix, and we'll talk to Landon again. We're going to have the Landon Harrison moment here each Tuesday night, as we got a big wreck happening already, guys.
All right. JD, I believe I may have a little something on there.
All right, I'm hearing it's a 23 machine.
Looks like the number 72 of Jeff Dukehart may have got into the back of 15. John, have you got anything?
Yeah, let's see what happened here, guys. Right on the restart again. These guys aren't allowing for these big checkups on these restarts. And it looked like the 15 was already sitting on the track when the 23 Cecil Renee comes down there and just waylays them, guys. right at the start of the green flag drop once again.
You bet. I'm looking at it on my monitor, guys. I can't help but think that possibly what Cecil Reen was looking out that windshield saw nothing but smoke out there. But of course, I've got kind of a different view. I can't see it from his cockpit. But I tell you what, he did broadside. He did it broadside, and I'll tell you what, a lot of damage.
Taking a look at that number 15 there, JD, I tell you, I've never seen a Cadillac crumbled up like that. Front damage and back end damage. So hopefully he can get that thing together and get it back out on the track.
Yeah, actually, guys, it's a 72. I'm pulling it back one more time on the E-Play machine. 72 turns to 15. Then the 15 just sitting there like a duck here, just sitting there just waiting for somebody to clobber him, and that's exactly what happened.
All right, that's going to be caution number 7 out here in the desert already, guys. 88 laps in the book, so a few more laps. We're going to slam the door shut on question number 2. I'll tell you what, which 2 drivers had the closest finish in a cup race? And we'll get Jason to put that link up there again. We're still looking for some answers. So I'll tell you what, $25 gift card going to go home tonight with somebody if they get selected for answering the correct, picking the correct answer. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be caution number 8 out here in the desert. Why don't we step away and take a quick commercial break? You're watching live ETV Live. It's the only choice, cowboy. So don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Whoa there, cowboy. Ain't no need to get the hammers out and tear it all up. What you need to do is get a hold of David Bass, DB Tech Services. Technology support offered at a price affordable to most churches, not-for-profits, and individual customers. I'll tell you what, David Bass, IT specialist, over 5 years at the corporate level. Hey man, computer maintenance, hardware and software upgrades. I'll tell you what, David Bass DB Tech Services, established specifically to provide lower cost options to churches and non-profit organizations. So put the hammer away, dude. Get a hold of David Bass. DB Tech Services, dbtechservice.com.
All right, welcome back, fans. We're out here in the middle of the desert out here in Phoenix, Arizona, Phoenix International Raceway, working off of caution number 7, guys, here. And I'll tell you what, they seem to be coming lickety split. Actually, I think that was caution number 8. Hell, I'm losing count. But I'll tell you what, I did hear that screen door in the back pop open and slam shut. Tracy Flip Robinson in the booth. Tracy. Never mind. He's back there at the buffet table as usual. You know what? Maybe that's what maybe that's how it works. You come late to work, and you get more time at the buffet table.
I'll tell you what, JD, I'll try it next week and I'll let you know.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, I believe we're getting ready to go green here. Phil During out in front. Steve Rosner going to restart up here in the front second. Alex Scribner. I tell you, Alex Scribner and Phil During putting on a pretty good show up here. Been in the top 5 all night long. Ken Estes, E.J. O'Rourke. O'Rourke worked his way forward here about 20-30 laps ago. Been hanging right up here in the top 5 as well as we get back to racing here in the desert. But I'll tell you what, a little action happening out here behind them. Alex Scribner in the 11 mission, or actually the Alex Scribner, and I thought it was going to be the 55. Looked like that might have tangled there a little bit, Steve Rosner, but they kind of settled down there a little bit. But in the back, 41 machine back there, E.J. O'Rourke almost getting out of shape, tangling with that apron line down there. It's like caution coming out again, guys.
Yeah, it looks like 75 got into the 6 machine there. Matthew Largan and Mike Costa there, JD.
You bet. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and slam the door shut on question number 2. We'll get ready for question number 3 here in just a little bit, but let's see if we can't throw it on down to John, the bad boy of Westling. He's got his magic fingers working that E-wine machine.
Let's see if we can see what happened, guys. These guys just aren't settling in here tonight. We had a pretty good run at the beginning. It looks like we're just going to get a little classic punt here. As we go into the corner, somebody wasn't expecting them to be in there as fast as they was. It just foul drives them into the outside wall, guys. That's 75, and he takes a hard lick into the inside wall right there next to that big cactus, JD.
Big cactus. I'll tell you what, out here in the desert, I believe that's going to be caution number 8, if I'm not mistaken. I might be one off. I lost my place on my pad here. In fact, I'm running out of room down here at the bottom. But I'll tell you what, cautions are coming our way out here.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of cautions there, JD, I was able to get up with Mark Johnston. Mark Johnston, this is Law Dog at ETV Live. Can you copy?
Hey, I got you, man. Got you.
Fantastic. You got a lot of cautions going on out on the track right now. We've had some really good racing. Take us back before this caution came out. What happened on that restart?
Well, before the restart, I don't really know. Somebody checked up in front of us. Something happened, and I had to check up, and somebody got in behind me. They didn't mean to, but it was running clean all race, top 10, and it's just a shame. But I'm trying to make back up.
Fantastic, and right now it looks like you're running pretty good out here on the track right now, showing to be in about 19th position. You should be the first one to get the lucky dog. 1 lap down, that's what I'm showing. But Mark, we wish you the very best of luck, and good luck to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right, Mark Johnson having a tough night out here in the desert. And guys, this is going to be caution number 8, I believe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm running out of room on my tablet here. But we did slam the door shut on question number 2. So tell you what, we're going to go ahead and open it up here for question number 5 here in just a moment. But let's do some plugging of our own here for etv-eplay.net. You want to watch this race or any other race one more time that we've broadcasted here on ETV? You can do it at etv-eplay.net. How does the cowboy put it? Corn dogs and Coronas. I'll tell you what, dude, you can burn them off to a DVD, invite your in-laws, the outlaws, all the outlaws, and come on over and have a ETV E-Play party. Corn dogs and Coronas. etv-eplay.net, cowboy. Get them while they're hot. And then, of course, tonight's sponsor, Viper Technologies, the Viper SR 600 gaming seat. I'm told that's what is that right? Game seat? Is that what I'm supposed to say?
I tell you might want to say game simulator. And I tell you what's going to go really good with that game simulator is mtco.com, that are gaming servers. Jerry Wolf is the man to contact for that, JD. $49 a month, no contract, no setup fees, and dedicated servers. So you got to get over there, guys. Get signed up, get those servers on, and don't get left behind.
You bet, and I'm being told it's caution number 8 here in the desert, guys. And I want to thank the statistician for that. Of course, that's Michael Keaton calling the action down on pit road here tonight. Of course, we all wear a couple of hats here at ETV Live, and like the janitor, the trash guy, everything else. As we go back to green flag racing here in the desert, and I'll tell you what, checking up here in the front just a little bit. Oh man, almost doing themselves in. The 55 is going to get the jump on that one, and almost looks like Steve Rosner had a good run on that, but Phil Juring, Scribner back there in the back, I think they were a little bit late on the throttle here.
Yeah, JD, it looked like it was a little late on the throttle there, but still, you got the Alex Scribner and Fields battling out there, but looking out there on that outside, the vacuum cleaner man, E.J. O'Rourke, he is right on the back bumper of Phil Juring, and we've got a race up here toward the front, boys.
But I'll tell you what, they're getting tired of this caution stuff, and they're putting it down out here. 41 machine on the outside of the 48, and he doesn't have nowhere to go. Bump drafting down the backstretch here at Phoenix, boys. Where have you seen that done before? Coming out of turn 4, I tell you, that's the turn that everybody looks out for. They come up, wow, almost into the wall here up in front of EJ. But I tell you what, 2x2 still with looks like Alex Scribner in the 48 and 25 machine. Phil Juring up here. Of course, those guys have been duking it out here all night long.
Absolutely, and don't forget about that Kenny States. I mean, he's running right there, right behind these guys, and you got Scott Hanslinger. It's moving right into Estes, Ken Estes. Oh,
one on the wall.
Crash. That's going to be the leader there.
67 going around. Oh, big wreck here, guys. All kinds of carnage right here on the front stretch, guys.
Wow.
Man, pick one. All right, let's throw it on down to Magic Fingers. John, have we got it on the E-Wine machine?
Yeah, let's roll back one more time here, guys, for the ETV fans. And it looks like that 55 is just going to get the little push around here to Steve Rosner. Steve Rosner, a well-known racing fan here at ETV. But, wow, that was a hard lick there. And he just got moved out of the way, guys.
Tell you what, I hate to be Keaton down there on pit road right now. I'm sure the wrenches are flying and probably a few words being said back and forth right now, JD.
Yeah, think. I'll tell you what, let's throw it down to Mike Batman Keaton.
Got a couple guys coming in. I didn't see the leaders pit this time. That's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but nonetheless, you got some of the guys that's kind of running mid-pack coming down to get some fresh tires and some repairs done, maybe a little bit of tape put on some sides here. A lot of rubbing, a lot of good racing as the ninth caution, as we're under the ninth caution of today's race. So pit road is staying quite busy, and this pit crews are getting theirs money worth.
And guys, I did pull this back, and it looks like Steve Rosner might have got loose in the center of that corner, causing Alex Scribner to make contact with him. His car looks like it got just a hair bit loose. And when you're racing this tight and this close, just an ever so slight getting loose is going to cause something like this, guys.
I'll tell you what, this is how we do it down here on pit road, Mike. It's going to be a pair of new boots and a jigger of go juice. Out we go.
Tell you what, looking over here into the chat room, see quite a few people that was over here in the race, but one that stands out that was driving that Batmobile is James South. JD, I believe he said he had a bone to pick with me here in a few minutes, so I hope I didn't get myself in trouble with him driving that Batmobile. I'm sure Batman himself is not going to be happy that Robin took that thing for a joyride.
Hey, I hope you got in trouble. I hope you ran your mouth and got in trouble, and I'm going to instigate a bit of it. So you can count on me being there after the race with you guys to cheer him on.
Isn't that just like Jerry Wolf?
That it is.
All right, I tell you what, getting a little late started. I told you we'd get question number 3 out there. So I tell you what, here it is. You ready? I tell you what, get your Google warmed up because here it goes. Which set of brothers has the most wins? Of course, we're talking about racing here, guys. Yeah, okay. We're talking about auto racing here, NASCAR racing. We want to know which set of brothers. I tell you what, there is a ton of them when you start Googling that stuff up. But it's open. I tell you what, we'll get to Jason to throw that link out there. And this will be question number 3, guys. Which set of brothers has the most wins in the NASCAR racing? So if you think you know the answer, cool. Get on over and select your answer on that link that Jason just put up over there. You might be going home with a $25 gift certificate and have some fun with it. So tell you what, that's question number 3. Which set of brothers has the most wins? So get them Googles warmed up.
It wouldn't be me and Jerry Wolf, would it, JD? Is that the answer?
No, we're talking about car racing. We're talking car racing, not other kind of racing.
Well, we can race, can't we, Jerry? I thought we was pretty good at it.
No, they didn't. They
you go ahead and speak for yourself, John.
They said who had the most wins in auto racing, not dance show.
Oh,
yeah, not wheelbarrow racing at the local corn dog show.
I'm gonna go with
to
Derek
green.
Cope
Back
and his
to
brother.
green where Phil looks like he went out to the lead there, JD, with Alex Scribner following in right behind him in second place, along with the number 41, E.J. O'Rourke.
O'Rourke, you bet. Absolutely, we are back to Great Flag Racing. I'll tell you what, E.J. O'Rourke having a good time holding down the top 5 up here, but let's work backwards here a little bit. Let's go back to Brogan Lot back there in that 18 machine. Pretty smart looking car down here. I'll tell you what, pretty clean too. So he's just watching all that action take place out there in front of him here in 9th position. Inside the top 10, Brogan's just waiting for all those guys to clean it all up and they get out of the way so he can get up there. So Brogan Lot having a good night here tonight too, guys.
Tell you what, old Ken Estes has been looking pretty good all night too, with Rich Jet following right up on his back bumper, and along here comes Scott Hunsinger driving that Oreo car. Got a good race and got a good clean run coming off of 4 there. All 3 of them did. So it looks like these guys are hitting their marks right now.
Absolutely, 106 laps in the books, guys. And before this thing winds down, we're going to give out a free chair here tonight. What do you think about that? I tell you what, the chat room is piling up now. I see him from top to bottom. Travis Schoenberger in the house. Scott Ford still hanging out here. Jason Orlando. Gabriel's in the house here tonight. Gustavo Petcho along for the right. Craig White, Davis Hessler, and Barry Jr. I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and get the fan challenge going. Pick the winner tonight here, guys, at Phoenix Raceway. And you might be the lucky winner with a brand spanking new Viper SR 600 SR game chair, game seat, game simulation seat. There, I covered the whole 9 yards. I'll tell you what.
I tell you, it's great to hear JD get kind of squirreled up on his wordage there, especially when the boss man from Viper Tech is watching him. So he's under the gun tonight.
Copy that. I got stuff coming at me right and left here, but I know Greg's listening, and I copy that, Greg. But I tell you what, a free seat coming your way, guys. So who's going to win this thing here tonight? I'll tell you what, you got to get her done by lap 140. This thing's going to end on lap 50. So 10 laps to go, Mark. We're going to slam the door shut on that one. So I'll tell you what, if you ain't done it now, get on that link that Jason's got up there and pick the winner for tonight here at Phoenix, Arizona. But Brogan Lot back here in this 18 machine, he's just getting passed by Jeremy Bazemore. Bazemore was having a pretty decent night, got caught in the pits early, a little bit of damage on that 92 machine. Of course, that's your points leader coming into Phoenix here tonight. He won at Daytona. And I'll tell you what, Bazemore trying to hook it up and stay with the program out here. Points mean everything in this series, so Bazemore just inside the top 10 in 9th position, guys.
Tell you what, JD, watching E.J. O'Rourke coming out of turn 4 there, running 4th. Came out of turn 4, smack. Oh, we got a wreck, and Hunsinger is up on the top, it looks like.
Rolling over down the front stretch. Oh, over end, over end, over end. Oh, dude, that's boy, you talk about an E-Ticket Ride Plus. That's going to be the 34 machine, guys. Let's see if we can't roll it backwards here. And throw it on down to John the Bad Boy, Magic Fingers Westling. See if we can't pull it back on the E-Line machine.
Guys, I don't think I've ever seen a car flip this many times at Phoenix, but the 32 car is going to get loose here, guys. Going to hit the outside wall, causing the 34 to make contact with him, and he's going to roll broadside over and over and over again past the flagman. Flagman's running off the stand there. He's scared that car's going to hit him, but he just keeps rolling around the whole front stretch here at Phoenix International Speedway, guys.
He's got that thing cranked up and riding around the track.
Wow. Wow, dude, I tell you what, that's an E-Ticket ride and a half, man. That's an E-Ticket ride several times over as he goes over and over and over and over. Dude, Man, I tell you what a ride for that 34 machine. Scott Hunzinger in a bad wreck here down the front stretch. I tell you what, I'd put that ride up against that deal with Montoya the other night at Daytona. Well, maybe not.
Tell you what, that ride he went on there, I'm just amazed that car is still rolling right now. Definitely took an e-ticket ride there, and tell you what, we might probably sell admission for that ride. That's pretty skeptic. I've never seen a ride like that before here.
You bet. I'll tell you what, I believe, statistician, that's going to be caution number 10 if I'm not mistaken. But I got so excited I threw my pen up in the air I can't even find my pen now. But caution number 10 out here in the Desert Guy at Phoenix International Raceway. I'll tell you what, a lot of banged up sheet metal going to be loaded up on the trailer tonight, Mike.
Yeah, indeed. In fact, a lot of these trucks already heading under the haulers here, loading the cars up already. A lot of disappointed drivers here tonight, and I think 15 or 14 on the lead lap just now. A lot of cautions, but like you said, a lot of disappointed drivers as well. We'll try to get some of them up here, rounded up to talk to them.
Yeah, JD, we got 12 lead changes tonight, 11 cautions for 40 laps, guys, here at Phoenix International Speedway. Wow.
Wow, 11 cautions. I tell you what, John, the bad boy Wilson, he's got his fingers on the numbers and the whole 9 yards back there on that machine of his. But caution 11 coming out here. 114 laps in the books. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a real quick commercial break right here, right now. You're watching live ETV Live Cowboy. It's the only choice. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back. We're a couple of laps into this thing, but I tell you what, Phil during Alex Scribner holding down the Ford out there in front, guys. Estes and O'Rourke, and Rich Jett making an appearance up there in the top 5. But I tell you what, go all the way back here, Brogan Lawton, that 18 machine, still hanging out back here in top 10, 7th position, as he's keeping the car pretty clean. I tell you what, I think I know what's on his mind here, Law Dog. I got a funny feeling he's just kind of letting everybody make their way as you know, they take the risks. He's watching all that happen, and he's just kind of laying back here, keeping his nose clean, and waiting till that 10:15 to go before he turns the ponies loose.
That's right, and you know, just like we said earlier, as long as he hits his marks, he goes in the corners, comes out of the corners, stays away from them walls. You may be right, JD. He can end up on the leaderboard at the very top on this one.
You bet. And you know what? Since we didn't get a chance to do it during the pre-race, so I'm going to quickly run down the points, let you know who's who and who's where here, so you can get an idea of these guys where they sit here coming into Phoenix. But Jeremy Bazemore, of course, last week winning at Daytona, he's the leader of the pack. Brian Barden, he's a point behind Jeremy Bazemore. Obviously, he finished second last week. Barry Jacobs with a third-place finish with 47 points, 5 points back. And then Rich Jett sitting in fourth position. Eric Matzenbacher in fifth. He's 9 points off the lead. Alan Thomas in sixth place. Matthew Largan, part-time ETV Live pit road reporter, out on the track here tonight. But Matthew is in seventh. Eighth position goes to Patrick Willman, 15 points off the lead. And then Larry Scott Jr. in ninth position. Rounding out the top 10, Scott Hunsinger. We've seen him on the track here at Phoenix here tonight, too. He's 17 points off the lead. So that's kind of the rundown coming into Phoenix, guys, here tonight for the Viper Technologies Nationwide Series here, being hosted by Veteran Sim Racers. And I'll tell you what, check them out, veteransimracers.com. Always got to throw them a plug out there, too. But I'll tell you what, well, as long as we're plugging, I want to talk about Bill Atkins. I'll tell you what, you talk about cameraman extraordinaire. He's been engineering all the cameras here for ETV Live, and I'll tell you what, he does one heck of a job. So we want to throw a good shout out to Bill Atkins, dude. You heard it on the air here tonight. He's our camera engineer, I guess we call him, guys.
Tell you what, and great shout out to him, man. What a wonderful job he's doing, just like these guys out here running on the track right now. It looks like Phil in that number 25 machine, I tell you, he's hitting his mark every lap to go, and it looks like he's taking Alex Scribner in there with him. Don't have much of a lead on him, but Ken Estes is running third position in the number 11 of the machine, and he's probably right about a second ahead of E.J. O'Rourke.
You bet. I'll tell you what, we're going to slam the door shut here in about 15, 20 laps here, maybe even less than that for question number 3. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't got over there and got on that link yet, we'll get Jason to put it up one more time. Which set of brothers has the most wins in racing, NASCAR racing? So if you think you know the answer, get on over there, make your choice, cowboy, and you might go home with a $25 gift certificate from Viper Technologies. But hey, you know what? When you mention Viper 600 SR, the chat room seems to fill up, and I know what they're all here for. So we have thrown it out there. Make your pick by lap 140 here at Phoenix, guys, for that Viper Technologies Viper SR, Viper 600 SR game seat, game simulation seat. There, I covered the whole thing again. I'll tell you what, that it's got a built-in rumble thumper seat. I hate to use that other name because I don't know if that's a patented deal, but I'll tell you what, it's hooked up and ready to go. And it's about 4 times better than the one that comes on that mother chase. Surround sound and all the components that mount your steering wheel, your monitor, and it only weighs 50 pounds, dude, so or less than 50 pounds. So I'll tell you what, one up for grabs here tonight if you can pick the winner of tonight's race.
Absolutely, and you talk about that rumple thumper there, folks. I'm going to tell you something, though. I sit down and I had JD and John and Jerry to send me a picture of them, and I try to basically sit down and draw these guys up to make characters. And what you're seeing on the screen there is the identical feature of what they look like.
One going, I got to break in here. 69 car, guys. Peter Bennett. Oh, what a slide, and he saves it. Peter Bennett back here in 12th position, guys. Oh, that's absolutely worth a second look. I don't see the caution coming out. Still green flag racing here, but Peter Bennett, save of the day, dude. I'll tell you what, that's worth a trophy all by itself. Bad boy, if we can pick that thing up on the E-Wind, incredible job of going out to Peter Bennett, saving that 69 car from flipping all the way around, guys.
Nice save there. And I tell you, VSR here, I'm telling you guys, these guys know how to wheel these cars around the track. JD.
You bet. No caution coming out here, but we do have a new leader out here in front, Phil Juring, out here taking, or actually Alex Scribner trying to take it from Phil Juring at it, coming down the front stretch. Just a drag race going into turn one. Doesn't look like he's going to get there, but I'll tell you what, it's like Juring up on the top side up here. That's no man's land up here at Phoenix on this racetrack. As he gets through the turn, I'll tell you what, good job by Alex Scribner staying down there on the bottom, out of the way.
Absolutely, and good run they had in there, 3 and 4. And it looks like Alex was going to get the lead from Phil, but looks like he may have been pushing just a little bit, so he had a little out of the throttle, and Phil got a good run coming out of 4 there and kept the lead there. So, but they're running tight. They're running one right behind the other. Doesn't look like looks like they're just kind of riding right now, JD. I think we'll see some really tough, strong racing here in the next few laps or so.
You bet. Sorry about the little delay there, but there's a kind of a ragged looking little extension cord from my monitor to Rick's monitor, so there's a little bit of delay on mine. So
I believe we got a caution that came out right now, and let's check with John. John, have you got anything on that yet?
All right, we're rolling it back. Looks like it's going to be the 23 guys I'm hearing, guys. Cecil Reen. All right, and I'll tell you what, roll this thing backwards and see what happened to Cecil Reen in that 23 car, guys. And don't see anything yet. Rolling it back, and sounds like John, the bad boy, has got it picked up on the E-Wine machine.
Yeah, he's really out here racing all by himself, JD. I mean, no cars really around him here. Gonna come into turn 1 and 2 here. That car's just gonna go straight to the wall. He's gonna make contact, almost like he blew a tire on the right side there. Just a lazy spin after he smacked the wall really, really hard. That Exide 23 machine, guys.
Wow. Tough night for Cecil Reen here tonight, guys. I'll tell you. Of course, it looks like a tough night for everybody here.
Yeah. Leaders making their way down pit road. Alex actually slid into his pit stall. He's going to lose a little bit of time there. In fact, Ken's going to take the number 2 spot away. And as Phil leads them out of pit road, Alex has lost at least one position there as he slides through the pit stop, trying to make any ground possible on the leader Phil there. Wow.
Tell you what a race we've seen so far with those top 4 there. Philip and Alex Scribner, Ken Estes, and E.J. O'Rourke. I tell you, it's going to be a tight finish here today. I'm expecting real tight racing to even get tighter than what we've seen so far. We're 133 laps down now. Just got a few more laps to go, and it's going to get very interesting, folks. So keep your eye on these top 4 guys right now.
You bet. And I'll tell you, I just threw my tablet in the trash because I don't have any more room on it, so I have no clue what caution we're on. I think this is number 12, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll tell you what, they're coming our way here at Phoenix. But I'll tell you what, I'm being told that question number 3 slammed that door shut. So I'll tell you what, we'll get ready for question number 4 here just shortly. We'll get that one out there. But I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take another quick commercial break right here, right now. You're watching live, ETV Live. The Viper Technologies nationwide series in Phoenix. Don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Hard as you can go all the way to the wall, dig, back to speed. Tires looked awesome too, bud, and then there at the end you were mowing down those guys pretty quick.
Alright guys, bearing down on your 20, hard and fast.
All right, we are back live. Just took the green flag, and I'll tell you what, Phil During's trying to stay out in front of Ken Estes out here in front, and I'll tell you what, he's got his foot buried in the throttle, almost had that thing sideways, coming down the backstretch, coming through turn 4 down the front now, but I'll tell you what, Ken Estes, Alex Scribner, E.J. O'Rourke still hanging up here in the top 5, guys. But I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and get question number 4 out there. Get your finger on the button, Jason. Here we go. Which crew chief has the most wins in the history of NASCAR? Now, here's a clue, dude. This is the history of NASCAR. You might be surprised who it is and how many wins he has. But which crew chief has the most wins in the history of NASCAR? As we got a run for the lead here, the 48 on the bottom, the 25 up on the outside. Phil During trying to hang on to it. Can't do it. As we got 92 cars spinning on the track, guys. Just going to bring out the caution one more time here.
Tell you what, JD, I'm rewinding my monitor here right now, and looks like the Brogan lot got into that too. I believe at 92 got it spun out there. It's going to be a Jeremy Bazemore and the 18 of Brogan lot there. John, you got more on it?
Yeah, let's pull this up, guys, one more time. I believe it's caution 13 here. It's Phoenix Speedway. That 92 car just going to dive her in the corner. Came in there way too hot. Oh, and we got another car getting rolled on its lid. I couldn't quite catch who that was. I don't know if you guys can catch it. A blue car there came in late. Looked like the 18 car, guys. Just piled drive him, went for a ride.
One of them e-ticket rides, and I'll tell you what, get ready to slam that door shut here in about 30 seconds here, Jason, from Viper Technologies. One of them game seats up for grabs here tonight. You had till lap 140 to pick the winner of this thing here tonight. And I'll tell you what, to get your name on the list over there, and a randomizer will pick a number if you pick the right person. If more than one person has picked the same person, a randomizer will draw a number, and then that person will go home with that chair tonight. So I'll tell you what, we're also going to close the question, which crew chief has the most wins in the history of NASCAR? We're going to slam the door shut on lap 140 here as well, guys. So I'll tell you what, we're at the 10 lap to go here, and things are getting pretty dicey. But I'll tell you what, guys, why don't we go ahead and stay right with the action here tonight. We've got a few more plugs we want to get out there. Of course, as always, Viper Technologies. Viper Technologies getting on board with ETV Live. I'll tell you what, some big and better things coming our way, so stay tuned, Hotshot. But I'll tell you, Rick and I and a few others are working hard behind the scenes. Of course, what you're looking at out there is a brand spanking new live page. We hope everybody's enjoying that. We got the cartoon characters up there, thanks to Rick Donathan and his magic fingers working that artist pen. But there's a lot more of that to come, so I'll tell you what, keep your eyes on ETV Live. It's the only game in town as far as we're concerned, but the Viper Technologies, vipersr.com. Get on over and check that chair out, as we'll be giving more of them away in the next 33 weeks, guys. So I'll tell you what, hang out with us here at ETV Live. Check it out, etv-eplay.net, and see if you can't get your hands on one of them chairs. Of course, as always, the 4 gift cards being thrown into the mix as well, as we're having fun with that trivia question. So I tell you, it's all happening right here at ETV Live, etv-eplay.net.
Hey, now, I just want to make sure there's some things that's clear here. Now, let's go back to these cartoon characters. Folks, I just want to let you know that these are not cartoon characters. These are the actual pictures that JD and John and Jerry sent to me and said, hey, you know, can you put us on the website? So I drew identical of what they sent the picture of. So those are no cartoon shots. And if you'll notice, the old pictures that we've got, when you talk about that Rumple Thumper Viper 600R that Jason's giving out, JD took a seat in that thing, and I'm going to tell you, when we saw them white legs on him, we had to put a set of blue jeans on him. So if you'll notice, he has got blue jeans on now, and I think Jerry can appreciate that.
Jonathan, do I really look like I would have like a good year up the side of my face? Seriously?
You have a what?
A good year.
Absolutely. You've had a great year.
A good year. I tell you what, nobody has more fun than we do up here in the booth. And I tell you what, we're glad that everybody comes along to the ride. And I hope all you folks out there in ETV land are having a ball, as that chat room is just absolutely plumb full again here tonight. I tell you what, you picked an outstanding night to tag along with ETV Live. But I tell you what, pace car pulling off down pit road back to Green Flag Racing. I tell you what, out in front, Alex Scribner and Phil During have just been absolutely duking it out here, hot dog. As Ken Estes, EJ O'Rourke still hanging out there in the top 5. Rich Jett, Jeff Ducart. We are at the 10 to go mark, 9 to go here, guys, 7 to go here.
Tell you what, it's going to be a heck of a race down to the last few laps. Alex underneath. Oh, they got it.
Oh, going around. Leaders are going around. Oh, the 11 car gets pounded by the 41. Oh, caution coming out here, guys. Carnage all over the track. Oh, the leaders in an upset out here, guys, as the 41 goes motoring right on past.
Tell you what,
holy cow.
This is not good. This is not good. And I tell you what, Keaton, I definitely will say I would hate to be in your shoes on pit road right now.
Let's throw it on down to John the Bad Boy down there. Magic fingers, dude. I tell you what, pick a car, put your camera on it. What happened, John?
Yeah, it looked like that 48 car is trying to make a dive under the 25 car here of Phil During, guys, and it looked like that 25 definitely pushed up through the, or the 48 definitely pushed up through the corner, it looked like, and just made contact with Phil there, and wow, hard lick late in the closing laps here, guys, and these guys were the class of the field the whole race.
Absolutely, the class of the field the whole race, man. I tell you what, with 7 laps to go, Rick, wanting it too bad, too much, too bad. Hey, dude, a lot of racing left here in 7 laps. Let it all hang out, and there it goes.
Well, it's going to come down to the last few laps. We all know how that is and how it goes in racing. Those two guys had definitely, they were battling it out earlier, and it's going to come down just to the last few. But I believe Jerry's got a few things. Jerry?
I don't have any few things, man. I just got one thing. Look at this, Donathan. Vacuum Vern's back in front again. Here we go.
Vacuum. I tell you what, I'm watching that 41 machine. I'm still rolling this thing back on my monitor to the 41. He's trying to get on the brakes and get that thing wound up. He can see those 2 cars out in front of the 11. But I tell you what, too little, too late here. The door slams the 11, pounds the bumper of that 11 machine, turns him around. I tell you what, the 41 machine taking some damage on the front end there. But I tell you what a night here in Phoenix, dude.
And what a night it is, JD. I tell you, there's a lot of cars that's tore up here tonight. And I think John may have said we may have a record breaker here as far as cautions we've had tonight. Quite a few on the board as far as cautions. But we've actually seen some good racing out here. Just seen some bad luck from some guys.
I'll tell you what, I'm keeping my eye on EJ O'Rourke here, and don't know, Mike, pit road. No, he took a little bit of damage on the front end. Of course, this thing might be over 146 laps. We'll have to get the word from the officials, but there is no green-white checker here, guys. So if they call it, it's over. E.G. O'Rourke might be your winner, but Mike, if it does happen to stay green here, you think he's going to give it up, come down pit road?
Oh, no, you'll see the leaders stay out. You might see some of these guys here back in 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th on back that's still on the lead lap, maybe come down and take some tires. Let's see if they do any takers. You got the 26 coming down, but he's on the lead lap, and it looks like that's it. So who you see on the track out now is who's going to be contending for that win.
Tell you what, JD, we may see one green flag out of this, and I'm going to tell you, the fans are going to be up on their toes on this one. It looks like we're going to get probably about a good 2 laps out of this.
Yeah, lights are off on the pace car, so that's it. I believe we're going to get just a couple of laps, what would amount to pretty much a green-white checkered. But you're going to get one shot only here, and that's it. 41 car, E.G. O'Rourke out in front, Rich Jett. I tell you what, Rich Jett, so I watched him race at Daytona. He came in 4th over there, had a good run there, but I'll tell you what, look out for him. Jeff Ducart back there. Jeff Ducart been working himself forward. About ready to take the green flag. It's going to be 32 and the 41. The 41 gets a big jump. I'll tell you what, down the front stretch they go into turn 1 as the 41 takes, blocks the 32 going into 1 here, guys. I'll tell you what, it's his to win right here. The 41 makes it through turn 1, down the backstretch, takes the wall with him. Going down the backstretch here, the 32 trying to get to the bumper, isn't going to make it, guys. 41 hard into the turn, can't get it to the bottom. He's got to stay right there in the center, get the foot off the brake, get back on the throttle as he comes off, coming around, going to collect the lap here, and it's going to be E.J. O'Rourke. And that's, go ahead, Mike.
Had a huge wreck at the start-finish line, the 55 car, the 11 car.
And that's it. That's going to terminate the race right there. E.J. O'Rourke is going to go home with a trophy here tonight, guys. So I tell you what a night in Phoenix.
What a night Phoenix we had tonight here, JD, with a lot of wrecked cars. And I tell you what, the vacuum cleaner man is going to be one happy little fella.
I tell you what, I know another happy little fella too, but I haven't gotten that information yet. Of course, nobody might have picked him. It'd be a shame if we couldn't give one of them things out here tonight. But I'll tell you what, I know they're crunching the numbers over there, counting all the ballots and getting that randomizer warmed up over there. But I'll tell you what, a bunch of cautions here in Phoenix, and E.J. O'Rourke going home with the big one. Richard Jett, Jeff Ducart, your top 3 here. So I tell you, Mike, and some good calls down there on pit road, my friend.
Yeah, pit road stayed quite busy tonight, and the crew of EJ is just going crazy down there at pit road as they celebrate their first win of the season. Good win for him. He had a lot of luck this race.
A lot of luck. You bet. And I tell you that that's nothing unusual that we haven't seen before. The closing laps. The energy's up, and I'll tell you what, everybody trying to get there before the other guy, and always see something happening back there in the back of the pack. But I'll tell you what, for E.J. O'Rourke, it don't matter no more as he makes his way down to the start-finish line. I imagine he'll burn them off right there. So Rick, I tell you, kind of an unusual night in Phoenix for these guys.
Absolutely unusual finish, but JD, I got to give a shout out to the number 69 machine, Peter Bennett. He got into a couple skirmishes out here tonight, and at one time started back there in the back of the pack, got hit in the rear end. Somehow or another, some way, he has found himself with a top 5 finish here tonight, and got to give a shout out to that young man there. So tough racing here tonight.
Absolutely. I tell you what, E.J. O'Rourke burning what's left of the rubber as he stops right there at the start-finish line, collect that checkered flag. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a break. When we come back, the Viper Technologies post-race show right here at Phoenix International Raceway. Hey, don't wander off, cowboy. We'll be right back. All right, we are back live here at Phoenix International Raceway, and I'll tell you what a night here in Phoenix. But I've got an exciting young man down here, and I'll tell you what, the vacuum cleaner man is Rick, the Law Dog, Donathan calls him, E.J. O'Rourke. E.J., I tell you what a fight to the finish here, my friend.
Well, I took 2 tires for a couple of times, and it worked out pretty good, but I didn't want to do it in the last stop. I'll probably get run over and wrecked, so I just took it safe and ran around about 4th behind those guys, and they ended up wrecking. I barely got in the back of Ken, so I'm going to say sorry about that, but it's Point.com, Lily Trucking, Chevy Impala. Feels good to be back in victory lane. I never won here at Phoenix. It's real cool to win here in the VSR League. Thank you, guys. ETV, everyone on this whole car.
You ain't done yet. I know that, but I tell you what, always looking for some TV time. Tonight you earned it, EJ. I tell you what, what a night here at Phoenix. You know, number of cautions. You know, I know you guys come here with a strategy in mind, but that kind of all goes out the window. Tell me about your strategy tonight.
Well, I didn't really know what a strategy would be. I went to the 500. I guess it ended this morning, technically, and I flew home from Florida. Lived back here in Massachusetts, so I didn't have many laps. I'm real tired. Only had a couple hours of sleep, but I got to thank Charles McDonald Jr. from Zach Hudson Motorsports for the setup, and my teammates over here, Matt Largan and the rest of the crew. You know, give me good set and good help and good tips. I don't know where they finished, but I'm happy to be here in victory lane. It can't get any better than this, guys.
Outstanding. I'll tell you what, always good to see that 41point.com machine sitting down there on the start-finish line collecting that checkered flag. Any shout-outs out there you want to give?
Well, obviously, Point.com, Lily Trucking, everyone on Rick Rare Racing, their sponsors. I don't know, Chevy Impala, my family, my friends. I don't know. Of course, you guys up there in the ETV booth, you guys always put on a great show. Chuck Ingram, VSR, and I don't know, iRacing.com for making this all possible.
I tell you what, usually the kid carries around a laundry list in his back pocket, but sometimes he just gets a little bit shook up here hanging on to that microphone. But I tell you what, congratulations to E.J. O'Rourke for taking a big one home here at Phoenix tonight. I'm going to throw it on down to Rick the Law Dog Donathan. He's standing by with Mr. Jet.
That's right, and Rich Jet. Now, I talked to you a little earlier before the race, and I believe you quoted to me you're going to ride in the back a little bit, be a little patient, and you've got a really good setup for the long run. And you also stated that a little loose in 2 and pushing 4, but I'm going to tell you what, we had a lot of cautions out here tonight, and you did a great job dodging cars. Take us through those laps there, Rich.
Yeah, like I was saying, the race would be a caution fest, but it turned out everybody was very steady through the first portion of the race. Then it kind of got hairy at the end when everyone was making their move up through. Just glad I was able to dodge a few of the big ones and stay out of harm's way, even though I caused one with one of my teammates, Scott Hunsinger, off of 4.
Absolutely, and Rich, you know, I was watching you a couple times, and looked like you had you were hitting your marks going into turn 1 there, but now coming out of turn 4, I saw you smack that wall a couple times there.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around, where I was I had horrible 1 and 2, but on 3 and 4 it seemed like I could get a better run off coming onto the straightaway. But I know I did hit the wall a couple times racing against EJ there, and that caused that huge wreck with Scott. But I think a lot of drivers had that problem to where they would just push off of 4 and they would just scrape the wall.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, young man, to qualify 32nd and come in here and finish 2nd in this race, you got to be happy with the finish.
Yeah, just early points race, and hopefully I pick up some more bonus points for the most positions gained. I don't know where EJ started, but hopefully I pick up those bonus points to counteract the incidence points I'll be receiving for any wall contact I got.
Absolutely. Rich, anybody out there you want to thank?
My team, BDR Motorsports, Scott Hunsinger, Barry Jacobs, and Jeremy Bazemore. They supply me with very good setups, and I have no idea what I'm doing with them, so whatever they give me, I run with. And Excel Construction came on board this week, and KR Designs painted the ride, so check them out on Facebook.
Fantastic. Well, they may give you some setups you didn't know nothing about, but I'm going to tell you what, you wheeled that thing around there today as if you knew what you were doing. But congratulations to you on the 2nd place finish. And, JD, I'm going to pass the mic on up here to the 3rd place guy that Mike Keaton is with.
Yeah, caught it with Jeff Dukart here, who finished a solid 3rd place. Jeff, first off, wow, lap 143, the leader's wreck right in front of you. Take us through what you were thinking. I know you let off a little bit and you took a little dive under Ken there, but wow, what was going through your mind there as the leader's wrecking right in front of you with about 7 to go?
Good Lord help me now.
Yeah, awesome job getting through that wreck. The 12 car really, or the 72, the 11 car, the Ken Estes, nearly made contact with you, but you actually was able to dodge it there. But you had a good run tonight, a good solid third place finish. I see you got a Predator sponsor there you'd like to thank.
Yep, it's the Nashville Predators Chevrolet. We are Black Magic Motorsports funded.
I hear you, Jeff. Well, congratulations on surviving the cautions. I think we had a record-breaking probably 14 or 15 cautions there as it adds up to. But good luck next week and a solid third-place finish here with Jeff Ducart. JD, back to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I'll tell you what, congratulations to all our winners here tonight at Phoenix Raceway. But I'll tell you what, boys, what a night here. Rick, I'll start with you. Like Mike said, 13, 14 cautions, a little bit unusual for these boys here at Veteran Sim Racers Racing League, but I know better days are ahead of us. But might it be coming from Daytona? Daytona was kind of a hair-raising experience as well.
Well, you got to think about this, JD. Daytona, you got a bigger track, you got a little bit more room to play with. Tires is not such a big factor as it is fuel. Come here at Phoenix, you got some tight corners. You can get loose going in, you can get tight coming out, and you actually get tight about midways in the corners. So, you know, hats off to all these drivers out here. They drove one heck of a race. It's part of racing. You're going to have wrecks. It's going to happen. You got a lot of competition out here, and I mean a lot of competition. And when you get that amount of competition on a track, wrecks are going to happen.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, Mike, I know Jerry Wolf went home with the bicycle pump, for that bicycle. You have to ride up and down pit road down there. But I'll tell you what, good call on some of the action down there, my friend.
Yeah, pit road stayed quite busy tonight, and a lot of crews upset, but packing their things up, gonna go home, try to rebound off the wrecks here, get their setup set up for next week, and but yeah, pit road real busy tonight. Goodyear really made their money's worth for those tires too.
You bet. I'll tell you what, I promise I'll talk to John, throw some money in the budget, and see if we can't come up with a new ride for you to make it up and down pit road down there. But good job here tonight. Also, again, a shout out to Bill Atkins for engineering the cameras for our tracks here for ETV Live. Outstanding work, my friend. And of course, all the crew up here, Rick and Tracy, and Tracy coming in here just a little bit late. Of course, all he did was sit there and I guess he was managing the buffet table back there. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but Rick made his appearance here a little bit tonight, and of course, John and Jerry and the whole house up here. Want to thank Viper Technologies for sponsoring the nationwide series here, and of course, Chuck Ingram and his boys over there at Veteran Sim Racers. And we got one more winner we got to announce before we get out of here, folks. And that's going to be Jason Orlando. My friend, you are going home tonight with one of those brand spanking new Viper 600 SR game seats, game chair, game simulation seat. I think I covered it all again, but I'll tell you what, congratulations to Jason Orlando tonight, going home with that rumble thumping Viper 600 SR seat. So tell you what, let us know what you think about it when you do get it. Tell us about your experience. In fact, if you want, email me and we'll put you up here in the booth and you give us a pretty good rundown on what it's like to sit in that thing. But congratulations, my friend. You got it right tonight. You picked the number 41 car to win, and that's EJ O'Rourke. So I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and shut her down and get ready for the next one, and that's going to be tomorrow night. You don't want to miss the action here on ETV Live. This is a rescheduled race from Real Sim Racers League. One more time at Daytona. We'll do it one more time this week, so don't miss the action, 9 o'clock live here on ETV Live. And then on Thursday night, Jesse Outlaw James back in the saddle again. I believe they're going to be out here in Phoenix, so you don't want to miss that. Thursday night Thunder. We'll be off on Friday, but we do have some work to do. But we're back again on Saturday night for the Super Speedway Series, and Sunday night Road to the Pro with Jesse the Outlaw James. So I'll tell you what, always some racing action going here at ETV Live. Check it out, etv-eplay.net. I'll tell you what, we'll see you next time.